Hey guys, Joshua Laycock here. I want to talk about something today that I guess might be a bit controversial, but really shouldn't be. And that is this idea of stepping up in service of others. Like, I know a lot of guys who are single or don't have kids, and they step up, right? They've got their life together and they're winning for themselves. Great. That's fantastic. And I think that's the way it should be. But let's face it, there are a lot of people who struggle to find motivation to get up, to get in shape, to watch their diet, to straighten their life out, to stop drinking, to stop partying, whatever. But what baffles me is how many of these people continue to act like absolute idiots when they enter into a relationship, when they have kids, when they have an employer. Like, I do think ideally we should be able to do it for ourselves, but if you can't rally when the people around you need you, when you've committed yourself to providing for these people, for protecting them, for stepping up and into that role, I really think you have to ask yourself, like, then what the hell is going on? How unbelievably selfish are you going to be? If you can't look around you and say, whoa, these people need me to step up, and you can't pull your ass out of bed or you can't do these things, I think it's worth looking a little closer to find out what's really maybe going on here. Because, like, I'll be honest, like, and look, I probably didn't have my shit together before my son was born. But that lit a fire in me that forced me to look into myself, and I realized it just gave me a different perspective. Like, not only did I now have a son that required that I have my act together, but I also was in a marriage that I wasn't paying close enough attention to. And all the things around me that I was taking for granted, I used this scenario or this situation of having this little helpless child realize that, like, this isn't just about you anymore. And the world isn't just about you. As I said, even if you're a single person with very few dependents, there are people around you that require you to be on your best. And, I hope that people can see that and can start to look, but I think just the simple reality is it's not the case. I was speaking with someone the other day about fatherhood and how many men think that, I'll get my shit together when I have a kid. And as if somehow being a father is this magical switch that now everything is awesome. And that's not the case. And I wonder how many people become fathers or mothers or whatever, and when that switch doesn't flip, they freak out or they throw in the cards. They go, well, maybe I'm just not meant to be that kind of person. And they forget that there's a lot of hard work that goes with that. That, the saying is a bit overused, but it's totally true, is you don't rise to the situation, you fall to the level of your training. You fall to the level of the work that you put in. You don't just get to be all of a sudden this awesome person, this awesome husband or wife, or this awesome father or mother or whatever. There's work involved. But I guess I'm struggling to understand how you could possibly go through life and look around you and see that there are people who are relying on you, who need you to step up, and you don't do that. That you don't see that as this deep obligation. Obligations are scary. Man, there's sometimes I look around and go, holy crap, I got 2 kids, I got a dog, I got a wife, and look, my wife can handle herself, but, these are people that do, to some degree, rely on me to have my act together, and that can be overwhelming and that can be scary, but that's when you rise. You have to rise to that challenge. I think if you're someone who, doesn't matter what your situation is, whether you're married with kids or a single person, or single with kids, I don't know, whatever. If you're struggling to find that motivation, if you're struggling to find out how you evolve your life, how you move that up to the next level, I think maybe you should just stop and start to inventory the people that rely upon you to show up each and every day. And for some of you, that may not be obvious, but I guarantee you there are people there that are looking to you and that are learning from you, regardless of what kind of, way that you're showing up in life, or regardless of what kind of way that you are presenting yourself to the world, the type of role model you are, they're looking to you. And I guess I'm struggling a little bit here because I'm seeing this a lot. And there's a few situations that are close to home to me where I'm having a hard time understanding why people don't step up. And I think that's where we start, is we embrace the fact that people are going to rely on us, are going to need us. Because for me, that's been my massive motivator. Like, I'm now at a point where I'm doing things for myself, but that wasn't what got me started. I wish that I could say that it was, but it's not. It got me started by realizing that I was letting those people down. So if you're stuck, and I know a lot of the sort of self-help narrative will talk about you should be doing this for yourself. Yeah, but if you should be doing it for yourself, you'd probably be doing that already. So look to who needs you, who's relying on you to have your act together, and draw on that. Write it out. What happens if you don't show up? What happens if you continue to be a bad role model? What happens if you continue to set the wrong example? Are you going to perpetuate all this? Because chances are good, if you're watching this, I mean, one of the 6 people that might be watching this, or maybe you're sharing this with people, you probably don't love what's going on in your life. Chances are good you're not really watching this, unless you're Alan, who's killing it. You're probably trying to figure it out. And maybe the narrative out there is confusing. Maybe that's what's throwing people off, is you should be doing this for yourself. You don't need anybody. You shouldn't be doing this for someone else. And maybe that's why you're kind of thinking, if I don't feel that, and if I'm not doing that, maybe I'm not meant to have that. I mean, but you are. Every single person on this planet has the capacity to step up into some role and be a leader in their lives and in their families' lives and in the people around them, in their communities. I think I'm rambling now, so I'm going to shut her down. But if there are people that rely on you, step into that role. Chances are good you've made decisions that have brought yourself there. You've made decisions that have moved you into that space, into that requirement to step up. So bloody well step up. I don't get it. And if you're not stepping up, I don't know. Please do. That's all I got. I'm going to go chew on this. I'm going to go hang out with my family. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and I will see you tomorrow.